Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Derringer Pistol mod, which is being made by user Flarescale. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is the real-world Derringer Pistol, which is just an odd gun, and I've very much enjoyed having it here in the Commonwealth, as it's one of those real-world weapons that every time I see it, I just kind of think to myself, really? They made that thing? It just seems so weird, and weird guns I like having in this game. It's just entertaining. So let's jump on over here and have a look at what we do get with the Derringer Pistol, which in its most basic form will deal 25 damage with a 45 round, with a firing rate of 6, range of 83, accuracy of 73, and a minuscule weight of 1. And as you can see here, it's a pretty nicely made little weapon here. Very good on the modeling and texturing. A lot of good little details. I do love that we've got the caliber printed there up on the barrel, or engraved rather. And we even do have the bullets sitting there in the tiny, tiny little barrels. It's just fun and quite nicely made. Now, as for, you know, the usefulness as a weapon, stat-wise, it's definitely not the greatest, but that's where the mod maker gave it a little bonus. So yeah, you're not going to want to use this thing in a firefight, but sneaking on an enemy? Oh yeah, this thing has an inbuilt plus 0.5 to the sneak damage modifier and times 3 critical damage modifier. So yeah, this thing, when you sneak up on someone and plug them in the head, it's gonna do actually pretty darn well. And with the modifications that you do have, we don't have a huge list of things here, but enough to up the damage to a more usable degree, and when you add on that sneak and critical damage multiplier, it's not that bad if you are a stealthy character. Now, as for where you do find this thing, it's actually pretty simple. Once you hit level 10, you'll find it in weapon merchants and on the occasional ghoul, though the ghoul one is a little bit more rare. But yeah, on weapon merchants, you shouldn't have a problem. And with starting at level 10 with the damage this thing does have, I'd say it makes it a pretty decent early to mid-game gun, thanks to those sneak critical damage multipliers there. My one complaint that I have with this thing, it's a bit too big. I mean, IRL Derringer is a tiny, tiny little pistol. This thing seems a little bit large for it. I don't know, maybe that's just some sort of relic of it being in the Fallout game here. But all in all, it's still a good, fun, usable pistol. And I mean, the thing is still super tiny. Just, you know, not as tiny as I'd like, but that's kind of a problem with all guns in this game. They're all freaking massive. So let's go over here and have a look at the modifications we do get. Again, pretty short list. We only have the 3 categories, and let's start in the barrel category, where we have a short barrel, which is the standard. We then have a long barrel if you'd like to up the range and add, oh no, an extra 0.5 to the weight. But you can also rechamber this from the standard 45 to a 44 Magnum and up the damage. And again, you got either the short or the long barrel. And with the long 44 Magnum, you can take it from the 25 up to 35, which is pretty good. Now, then in the receiver category, we've got a pretty typical list here of standard, hardened, powerful, advanced, and finally refined, which is where you're really going to be bumping up the damage on this thing, as with the short 45 barrel, well, that's doubling the damage up to 50. And when you do it with the 44 long, that's pretty darn nice. Now, unfortunately, it takes rank 4 in Gun Nut, which I personally think is a bit much, considering, again, in my opinion, the sort of early to mid-game sort of usability of this gun, in my opinion. But still, you know what? You can get some pretty decent damage out of this thing. Now, finally, we have an aesthetic category in the grips, where you can actually have either the standard wooden, a rubber, or a pearl grip, which I'm forgetting that the rubber one actually lowers accuracy somehow. I mean, it ups the improved hip fire accuracy, but yeah, still, why would you want to lower accuracy on this? But yeah, the Pearl Grip, though, is my personal favorite, and it just looks good. Though all of them do look pretty nice. So let's take a look at this thing in use, and I'll go ahead and just grab my modified ones I made right here. And honestly, I really only need one of them, considering, I mean, the only things that changed on them are the 44 barrel and the receiver. I only changed, like, handle-wise, that one's got the rubber, and that one's got the pearl, and doesn't that just look magnificent? I really, really do love the look of that thing. And with the 44 long, you get the max damage this thing can do without any perks of 60. Now, so you pop some other perks into there, and that's gonna do a bit more, plus that sneak and damage modifier, you know, upping it even better. But let's take some shots with the standard one here, and fire. There we go, 2 shots, because, you know, it's a Derringer. It's just 2 bullets inside of 2 little barrels, and, you know, it works. As for the firing rate on it, as you can see there, it's very slow. Once more, purpose of this gun is meant to be a kind of up-close and personal sneak weapon, but still, in that form, pretty decently usable. Now, let's grab the pearl-handled 44 Magnum Derringer. Oh yeah, the long, refined barrel on this thing, and fire. There we are, a nicer thud to that sound since we have switched up to the 44 ammo. And you know what? Not that bad of damage. Again, going from that default 25 up to this one's now 60, and again, without any perks. So let's take a look at this thing in action, and no Deathclaw today for this thing, because Jesus, that would take forever. So let's just pop in a ghoul that's a little bit more manageable, and hello you, and hopefully bye-bye. I mean, we'll see. But 1 shot to the head and he's down. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, let's do 2. There we go. And you, hopefully that actually kills you. If not, let's switch over to that guy. Nope, that's a miss. Let's hopefully get the other, oh god, level 1 character who's not great at the VATS yet. Well, excellent. We at least got one of them in VATS there. Oh, that's, you know, with 1 shot, that should still kill him. Beautiful. Beautiful. And yeah, there we go. That is the Derringer Pistol mod. Just a fun, weird little weapon that I've very much been enjoying having this oddity here in the game. And again, could still be useful for a nice, sneaky character for some of you out there. And if you'd like to have a look at this gun for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description, as per usual. But that, my friends, is going to be it for this one today. Hopefully you all have enjoyed and you do come back for the next. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.